All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Um, hey, I had to do this one. Everybody keep asking me what the hell is going on with P. Diddy. So y'all know I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to get to it. So if this is your first time here, hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video. If it's your first time here, yeah, I got to get to it because everybody keep asking. My family keep asking me about it. Got people emailing me, asking me about it. I'm like, look, I get to it. I mean, I had some other stuff to do, other videos about relationships, and he go getting his ass locked up. So yeah, let's we're gonna go ahead and do P. Diddy. And I was gonna do him anyway, but now that he's locked up, he can't get to me, so it's all good. He might send his goons, but look, I'm ready for him too. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get to his chart, guys. Yes, he's a dangerous guy. That's the reason I hadn't did a video on him yet. Hell, I just got shadow banned doing a video on not the queen over there, but forget her name in London, where they did all kind of shit in my video, guys. I ain't even gonna talk about that. But let's get to P. Diddy. Look, Sean Combs, born November 4th, 1969. Look, guys, we don't have his birth time, but look, you can still see everything you need to see. Okay, just by looking at his planetary alignments, how dangerous he is, how abusive he is, what he did, all the sex shit. Look, we gonna look at all that. He was born in Harlem, New York. New York. So look, let's take a look at his chart. First thing pops out, there his sun is. This is Scorpio, guys. Look, we all know how freaky Scorpios are, right? I mean, the sun is in it at 12 degrees. We got his Mercury in Scorpio as well. We got his part of fortune in it. So he's lucky at getting sex, isn't he? Then we got Neptune in Scorpio. So look, we got a lot of stuff in Scorpio, all right? So that's sexual. That's all sex, guys. Now, of course, his Pluto is in Virgo. That has a lot to do with sex, too, in particularly. All right. So, is he dangerous? Yes. I mean, look at Mars, guys. Mars is right here. It's at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, guys. So it's at its powerful level at that point. All right. Now, it is at a critical degree, but yeah, it is operating at a disadvantage. Hell yeah. Because you know what? You get out of line, you get your ass fucked up. he will mess you up, right? So Mars is just out of hand. I'm telling you. So it's almost to an extreme effect right there. So, but yeah, it is operating at a disadvantage, which means just because it's operating at a disadvantage don't mean it's weak. I mean, it's exalted, so obviously it's strong, right? So with that said, being that it's strong in that particular sign, that means hell yeah, he can be extremely violent. Okay, he can coerce other people into being extremely violent to other people. He can be extremely violent in business because Capricorn rules that business, right? So, and Mars rules gangsters. There you go. Look at it. Mars rules violence, rules guns, just rules all that stuff, guys. So, and then you got his Neptune right here, right? It's in Scorpio. Neptune rules secrets, guys. So look, he got a lot of sexual secrets. All right, a lot of sexual secrets. Some that will only be you're not gonna. A lot of it's not gonna come out until after he died. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna take a lot of them to his grave, a lot of them not. So this is just kind of looking at his planetary alignments in his natal chart. Although we don't have his birth time, we had his birth time. We'll be able to see every goddamn thing. But I'm kind of glad we don't, probably, because I wouldn't want to expose some stuff that he wouldn't want exposed. Hell, he probably don't want this exposed. He probably on the phone sending his goons at me right now. But look, like I said, I'm ready for anything right now. So look, what happened with all this, right? So why is he being like taken down now, right? Been doing this for years. I mean, all the sex parties, of course, with all that Scorpio right there, of course. I mean, I guarantee if we had his birth time, all this shit would probably be in the fifth house because parties is ruled by the fifth house. Parties are ruled by the fifth house. So I'm sure we'll have all that. You know what I'm saying? Although we do got Vesta in Leo. Leo does rule parties. So, his focus was always on partying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on in his natal chart. As you can see, his moon, of course, is in Virgo, South Node in Virgo, Pluto in Virgo, of course. His Venus and Jupiter are all right here in Libra. So that's pretty cool right there. The problem is it's squaring Mars. And when you got Jupiter squaring Mars, Jupiter takes things to the extreme, guys, especially when it's in Libra. So he goes off onto a tangent. He goes all the way over to the left and then all the way over to the right, guys. So if he get upset, he's extremely upset because of that Jupiter, because it expands, it goes to the extreme due to the fact that it's in Libra. It went to the extreme at some points, right? And what it is right by what? Venus. Venus is ladies, is women, is love, right? So it went to the extreme due to the fact that Jupiter is making a conjunction to Venus, and both of those planets are squaring Mars. He can go to the extreme in the relationship, right? He can go to extreme violence, right? So that's that's explaining, right? That's what that exemplifies, right? So that's exemplifying and projecting extremism in his violence and how far he's able to take it. He's able to take it far when it comes to ladies. All right. He's able to take violence far. All right. So, and of course, abuse, all that abuse sometimes is ruled by Saturn. But extreme abuse, like really physical abuse, is ruled by Pluto. You'll find a lot of people that has dealt with a lot of abuse in their life. They got like Pluto in the first house, things like that, like physical abuse, sexual abuse. They got Pluto in the first house, and things like that. So, but his Pluto is in Virgo actually. So, he got some practicality to his abuse. I mean, he does it. Calculated. I mean, he got some calculated abuse going on. All right. So, but yeah, I mean, the whole gangster stuff. Yeah, he's a real gangster, guys. When you got Mars in Capricorn like this, and it's squaring Jupiter. I mean, he can take things to the extreme, or he can take things not so extreme. He can be extremely nice, but he can be extremely violent at the same time. Now, what really happened, guys? Why is he being taken down now? Let's get to that. All right, so this is what I mean, guys, when I say how eclipses can project a lot of stuff. I deal with a lot of eclipses. So I think she filed that lawsuit, and I think it was November 2023. Now, what happened 2023, guys? I'll tell you what happened. We had a solar eclipse. We had an April solar eclipse. It happened April 19th of 2023, right? Now, that eclipse happened at 29 degrees of Aries. Now, what did we just finish looking at that's 29 degrees in this chart? Mars. There it is right there. So this was absolute. It was absolute. It was a direct hit, guys. So we got this eclipse squaring what? His Mars. Cassidy came out when? November? But let's just keep going. This is just the beginning of it. This is when she was just, all this stuff was just happening in the beginning. When that eclipse hit, and when it's direct and absolute like this, things happen quick. I always tell you guys that things happen quick when the degree of the eclipse is equal to the other degree of the planet. When they are the same degree, things happen quickly. The events happen quickly within a year or a year and a half, guys. So, and it happened in the same year. And the reason being was because of that's the severity of it. You know what I'm saying? The severity of the abuse or whatnot. So she was probably getting all her ducks in a row in April. All right. After April, she was probably already getting her ducks in a row, just ready to go ahead and do it. So, and him on the other hand, the energy was just gathering up and gathering up. And what else we got right here? Look at the eclipse right here. And by the way, this is the North Node eclipse, all right? So you see how it didn't affect him like that as of yet, right? So with this eclipse, what do we have? The eclipse is making an out of sign conjunction to who? Saturn. Saturn rules authority figures. So there you go right there. So we already know he's going to be in the future because the North Node deals with the future, right? So we already know in the future, he's going to come in contact with authority figures, right? So we already know that. So that's coming. I wish, well, I don't wish, but you know, if I was on his team or something like that, or he had me as an advisor, I would have warned him of this shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? He had me on the payroll or something. Hell yeah, I would have warned him of it. I said, hey man, look, the popo's gonna be looking at some shit on you, all right? Another telltale sign is this. Look at this solar eclipse Saturn right here. Well, really transit of Saturn, but it's part of this eclipse, all right? Saturn is at 4 degrees of Pisces. Now, in prisons and jails, imprisonment in general is ruled by Pisces and Neptune. All right. Yeah, because it's an institution, right? All right. So in prisons are ruled by Neptune and Pisces. Saturn is at 4 degrees of Pisces. Was at 4 degrees of Pisces during this time. It's in opposition. It's in opposition to his moon, his natal moon. His natal moon is at 8 degrees of Virgo. So that's an opposition right there. So, and also Saturn is authority figures. So that's authority figures imprisoning him. Okay. So just right there. And of course, he's in opposition of it, but that's what's about to happen. So you got two telltale signs. First, you got the eclipse that's making an outer sign conjunction to Saturn. Okay, his natal Saturn is at 4 degrees. Look at that, 4. Man, will he do 4 years? I don't know. We'll see. Here we go with this again because it's just repetition. It's coincidental, right? It's kind of odd, right? It's because we got his natal Saturn at 4 degrees of Taurus, and the eclipse is making an outer sign conjunction to that Saturn at 4 degrees of Taurus. You know, the eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries, making a outer sign conjunction to his natal Saturn at 4 degrees of Taurus. And then we got the solar eclipse, the Saturn part of this solar eclipse, which is transiting Saturn at this time, making an opposition to his moon. Okay, this Saturn's at 4 degrees of Pisces, making a opposition to his natal moon. Okay, so that's him. That's him all the way. All right. Another thing we talked about: Neptune ruling prisons and institution, being institutionalized, being in prison. All right. So prisons, again, prisons and jails are ruled by Neptune and Pisces. So this solar eclipse Neptune, all right, it's in Pisces at 26 degrees. Okay. Neptune is at 26 degrees of Pisces right now. Well, not right now. I'm sorry. Not right now, but at this time, during this eclipse, Neptune was at 26 degrees of Pisces. Now, it's making a sexually quadrate to his sun. All right. Now that's an action-oriented square, guys. It's 134 degrees. All right. So that's an action-oriented square. So what that means is he's going to be imprisoned. Okay. He's going to be in prison. It's just as simple as that. All right. So once you see that, you know he's going to prison right there. Now, for how long? I haven't calculated that, guys. I want to make this video as short as hell. All right, I can do it, but I'm not. I'm not about to show you guys. I mean, you guys probably come to my class and I'll show you how. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely going to be in prison because of that action-oriented square. That 134 degree aspect right there, that ensures of that, and it's a part of this eclipse. And this eclipse right here it was a direct hit. Now, the next eclipse, that South Node eclipse, that's what did it for him. That's what did it for him. I told you guys, and I'm gonna be doing a video on this upcoming South Node eclipse, which I told you that it's gonna be the shit. All right. So let's take a look at this other eclipse real quick, because this eclipse did him. And he got hit by a double whammy, guys. So this eclipse did it for him, and this October eclipse. I mean, we normally have 2 eclipses, guys. We normally have eclipse during, May, March, and stuff like that, and then we'll have another eclipse. So this eclipse right here, it happened at 1:55 p.m. October 14th, 2023. All right, guys. So just take a look at this eclipse. This eclipse occurred at 21 degrees of Libra. All right, what rules Libra, guys? Venus, right? We know that. Venus is all about ladies. It's all about love and all that stuff, right? Now, we can see it's sitting right on top of what? Jupiter. Jupiter rules what, guys? Freedom. Not anymore, because we saw in that last eclipse, he's getting in prison, right? That damn right. And remember, guys, this eclipse right here, and Jupiter as well as Venus, is squaring what? Mars. All right. So his freedom will be cut short. All right. Because what? Mars rules cutting. All right. So his freedom will be cut short. So he will no longer have freedom. And again, this is a South Node eclipse. So the bottom drops out. And remember this, look at the South Node. It's at 24 degrees of Libra. It's squaring what? Mars. Look at Pluto right there. Sitting right on top of what? Mars. Pluto is at 27 degrees of Capricorn. His natal Mars is at what? 29 degrees of Capricorn. Sitting right on there. So he's being imprisoned because of what? Abuse. Physical abuse. To who? Ladies. Look at that. Venus. To the natal Venus. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So yeah. So that's what he's really going to be going to prison for. All that racketeering and all that other stuff, the sex trafficking and stuff like that, he's going to get out of that. He's going to go to jail for abusing Cassidy. That's what he's going to jail for. All this other shit that they're trying to pin on him, he probably going to end up beating that, possibly. All right. Hey, I got to look in it for sure. But as of right now, what I'm looking at right now, it's a lot of abuse of women. All right. That's what he's been in prison for. All right. All that other stuff, the gun charges. Well, you know what? I take that back. Mars rules guns. So yeah, he's probably gonna get on top of the Cassidy charge, or abusing her, or domestic violence and stuff like that. He's probably gonna get the gun charges as well, because that Pluto is right on top of Mars. All right. And what we got right here, part of this eclipse, look at Saturn. It's at a critical degree. It's in Pisces. 0 degrees, guys. 0 degrees. So he is yet to even start to run into authority figures. So this is just beginning for him. He's gonna have to go and see that judge over and over again. Lawyers and all that. All right. And Chiron was a part of the other one that rules lawyers and stuff. Jupiter has a lot to do with lawyers. So, and of course, it's in Libra. So that has a lot to do with lawyers and judges, right? Because Libra rules the scales, lawyers, right? So he's going to be dealing with lawyers for quite a while, for at least a year and a half or 2 before he really gets sentenced. You guys are going to see him in and out of court, guys, because Libra does rule lawyers, okay? It rules court systems, all that. So you're going to see all of that. And during this time, Chiron was retrograde too. So yeah, this is going to be a repeat. You guys are going to see this over and over again. So just keep an eye on it, guys. I just want to let you guys know what happened, because everybody keep asking me. Again, look at that Saturn. Look, I mean, man, it's doing a lot. It's making an out of sign square. So it's a lot going on here. It is a lot going on with Neptune. Again, that's imprisonment, guys. Just a lot going on with this. So, but look, that's just an update on P. Diddy. That's what happened to him. He just got taken out by some eclipses, guys. And that's what happens when you're on top like that. You got to tread lightly. And also, you have to balance things out in your natal chart. You got squares like this, where you got a square with Jupiter and Mars and Venus. All of that deals with abuse it deals with violence and taking things to the extreme. Okay, so he probably should have had some type of advisor to calm him down. Okay, because I mean, hell, you see where it came to. You see what it came to, right? It came to the world taking him down. Also, you had Pluto sitting on top of his Mars, so that's destruction right there. That's destruction of his freedom as well, because that also squared his Jupiter. So anything that's squaring Jupiter and things like that, that's going to be dealing with your freedom, okay? But we gonna keep an update on that. Just keep a watch on it. We gonna see how things play out.